Claressa Shields, not reporting, saying, my nutritionist told me a while ago that I can make 147 pounds, but I'm not going to the weight if I don't have Cecilia Braekhus' signature on the paper. Also, Cecilia Braekhus has been looking towards this Chris Cyborg boxing fight. Chris Cyborg, an MMA fighter, Bellator. So, guys, and also I want to connect this to Katie Taylor and Braekhus, because that's been that's been a match that we've been talking about for some time. That's been talked about for a while. Rob, what do you think is going to happen with Cecilia Braekhus now? Obviously, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano is now back in play, it seems. Braekhus is now talking about Chris Cyborg. Shields is saying she really wants this Braekhus fight. Like, how do you see that five-way picture at 135 to 154 kind of looking like in the next 8 months, next year? Because it seems very, not complicated, but it seems like we don't have any finality with what's happening with these big-time women's fighters.
I think Braekhus is on the path for the most money, and that, to me, would be the Katie Taylor route. I don't know. Shields, she's talking about MMA, she's talking about 168, she's talking about 147, talking about one. She's crying out for a big fight, I guess. But I don't think the Braekhus fight's going to happen for Shields, personally. I think Shields is Braekhus will be going the Katie Taylor side of things. Yeah, I don't know. Shields is just crying out for a big fight, I think. But yeah, I think we're getting Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor in I think it's April, probably in the US. Serrano's been talking crazy lately, saying that Taylor's average and this, that, and the other, despite all of it'll be the best name on Amanda Serrano's record. So yeah, I don't know. The women's mix up. This is the whole thing for a lot of people that aren't, to many people's mind, a lot of big fights that could get made in women's boxing right now. As much as we've got women really pushing it on, and there's more women taking part, the level across the divisions just isn't there for these, a real mix at the like we've got a 147 in boxing. We've got a middleweight. There just isn't like a top five that's really, 5 could beat 1, 4 can beat 3. Where it's any girl could beat any girl at any time. It's just not there. You've got the main players, and until maybe they push it by going, cutting weight or trying to go up weights to try, and they might come unstuck. But you've got the main players in women's boxing, and that's kind of how it is right now. There isn't really the real depth where we can get. So yeah, Shields is just trying to find herself a big fight, and I think if she could, probably by nearer the end of the year, that Savannah Marshall fight will be on the table. I think, because I sent a topic in the chat regarding Marshall. Should be looking for a world title at 168. So maybe Shields will go up there, and it's got the backstory with I don't know necessarily that it's a big fight, but it's not. But there's a narrative and a storyline there for people that don't. You could sell that as the only girl to beat, Shields, the self-proclaimed GOAT.
Quickly, Leonard saying Braekhus says Showtime made an offer for the Shields fight. I think this was 4 months ago, 3 months ago.
I don't know
exactly when this was. The offer was not good enough. She claimed DAZN made a better offer for the Katie Taylor fight. But like I prefaced this topic, Leonard, the Katie Taylor fight seemingly no longer on the table. DAZN and Eddie have all been talking about Serrano and Taylor in the springtime now. So it seems like they did a whole switcheroo with the Braekhus fight, and now we're getting Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Now Braekhus, in my opinion, is free to fight anyone. There's nothing set with Katie Taylor, which was the fight we were talking about in the springtime for DAZN. So why not go and fight Claressa Shields on Showtime? Like, what else are you gonna do? Fight Chris Cyborg, I guess. But like, I'll be honest, I hope none of these top women take that fight. with either Amanda Nunes or Chris Cyber. I don't want any of these boxing versus MMA crossovers in women's sports. I don't like it. I don't like it in men's sports. I don't like it in women's sports. There's plenty of talented women here in boxing to fight each other. Just fight each other. Okay? Like, you shouldn't have this issue in women's boxing. But right now it seems like there is that issue. Saying the plan is still the same. Serrano first, Braekhus next. Look, I'm telling you, if Braekhus if she does not have a fight signed next, then I don't think she has a fight signed, period, with Katie Taylor. Okay? Where's her in-between fight? Katie Taylor gets one, but she doesn't? Where's that? You know, like, that deal has never materialized, in my opinion. And I think she's open and free to anyone. And like you said, Rob, she clearly is looking for a big fight, Shields is, because she kind of is missing one. She's missing that legacy-defining fight. Gary, thoughts on Shields shrinking down to 147 and fighting Cecilia Braekhus next? Is that possible?
You know, talking about women's weight always makes me really comfortable. I mean, is that real? She was fighting at 168. She said 154 was going to be tough. Can she really make 147? Why can't Braekhus just go to 54? Like, she's going to fight Layla Ali at 168 and Cecilia Braekhus at 140. That's 20 pounds.
I don't think she's going to fight both those fights.
No, I understand, but she needs to get a big fight, right? And to get that big fight, she has to be flexible with the weight. I get that. But 147 seems ridiculous, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe she can make it, but, like, she comes down from 168. And it's not like she was, like, big and overweight at 168. Like, I don't know. Like, 147 seems crazy. Why can't they just do it at 54? I don't know. She needs to get a big fight. Like, she deserves a big fight. She's the best fighter in the world in women's boxing. And she's willing to go to any weight to make the fight. Like, they need to get her a mega fight. Like, that needs to happen.
The point would be 147 is because Braekhus is obviously undisputed at 147, right? So that would be.
What's she going to cut one of her legs off to make the weight, Rob? How's she going to make?
I don't know. Her nutritionist said she could make it. I don't fucking know.
All right.
I don't think her nutritionist is going to cut her leg off. Just a handful of, like, I don't know, raisins every now and then, and she could get. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really not the expert on women's boxing. I know others that follow it a lot closer, so I'm not really sure.